Okay, hello. On this assignment, we are still going to review our angles, and this is an assignment just to test your knowledge on all the angles that we learned from last week. Students, you are going to first start with drawing your angles on the first three boxes. It gives you three different options on what is required for you to draw. On the next ones, you're going to circle the correct angles that are listed. And then on the bottoms, you're going to give me definitions of each angles and what their measurements should be. In the back, again, you're going to just identify the different types of angles. The ones that we are focusing on right now are acute, right, and obtuse. Okay, so we're going to start on number one. We're going to work together as a class. So an acute angle, let's remember our definitions, and you can reference back to your journal that gives you the definitions, and we're going to go ahead and draw our acute angle. Again, this one is at less than 90 degrees. So make sure our angle is less than 90 degrees, and that is our acute angle. Right angle is going to make a perfect 90 degrees. So a straight line down and a straight line across. And we can indicate this with a box. Next, we have our obtuse angles, which is going to be more than our 90 degrees. So make sure we're starting out and drawing out. And we're going to indicate this with another curve. And those are our three. Okay, so now we can reference back to these three right here to answer these next questions. So an acute angle, we're going to circle all that applies. So again, less than 90 degrees, which will be the second one. You can go ahead and circle it. And then this one, not quite straight like this right angle one. So this will be indicated as a acute angle. Okay, this one again seems to be right angle, but not quite, a little more. So it's not going to be our acute. And this one showing less than our right angle. This is going to be the last acute angle listed on this row. Now let's move over to right angles. Again, this is going to be the one that makes that 90 degrees. This one still looks less than our 90 degrees, so it's not going to be that one. This one, perfect. We can make our square. It is a right angle. This one does not quite make that. This is a little further out, making it obtuse, not a right. This one, a little more in, making it not quite that right 90-degree angle. So this is an acute. This one, making that perfect square right angle. Okay. Now moving over to our obtuse angles, this is going to be one that is more than 90 degrees. So this one is going slightly out, not straight across not straight up and down like a right angle would be. So this one would be considered an obtuse. Same with this one. If it was 90 degrees or less, it would meet this straight point to make a square, which it doesn't. It has our curve. So this too will be an obtuse. This one making the straight right, so this will not be an obtuse. This one less than a right, not an obtuse. This one's very easy to indicate that it's an acute angle. This one, a right angle, will go straight up, making that square. So this one will be our obtuse. Okay, now we're going to go down here and we're going to go ahead and fill in our definitions. So an acute angle, the definition for that will be less than 90 degrees. Okay, a right angle will measure 90 degrees. Obtuse angle will be our more than 90 degrees. Okay, so right here we're going to see how many angles does this shape have. An angle is indicated by each corner. So we have one here, one here, one here, and one here. And go ahead and number those. So this will be 1, 2, 3, and 4, indicating that there are 1, 2, 3, 4 angles. Okay, again, this one, we're going to go ahead and circle those so we don't have to number them. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 angles. Okay, on number 12, let's look at this shape and count how many angles it has by circling them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, missing out, and 6. This one has 6 angles. Okay, there is a back side to this paper, and we're going to go ahead and I'm just going to go ahead and do the first 3 with you, and then the rest you will do alone independently. So this one, let's look at it here. So if this was a true, let's go ahead and just add our straight line. Okay, that would be making the right angle. So is this more than or less than? This will be less than. See, our angle only meets that little part. It is less than 90 degrees. So this will be our acute angle. Okay, on this one, let's go ahead and do our straight line indicating our right. Does this meet more than 90 degrees, or less than 90 degrees? You are correct, less than 90 degrees. It is an acute angle. Okay, number 3. Oh, it's giving us a straight line up and across. We can indicate this with our box. This is exactly a 90-degree angle, making it a right angle. Okay, so go ahead and finish 4, 5, 6, and then we'll meet back to do 7, 8, and 9. And remember, you can help yourself by drawing that straight, horizontal, and vertical line to help you remember the right angles. We're going to go ahead and go over 4, 5, and 6 together. Okay, so this one I did go ahead and draw my right angle indicators, and they all came out more than 90 degrees, so they were all obtuse angles. Okay, now let's go ahead and work on 7, 8, and 9 together. This one, pretty easy. Look, and gives us that right, because it's that exact 90-degree angle indicated by our square. So this will be our right angle. Okay, so again, if I were to draw my right angle straight up, what is that? Is that exactly at 90, more than 90, or less than 90? You're correct. That is way less than 90. That's pretty easy to see. So this will be an acute angle. Okay, now moving on. Oh, very easy. We can indicate that with our square. Exactly 90 degrees, making it a right angle. Okay, to finish this off, we're going to identify the angles below by writing acute, right, or obtuse. This was for this one. So now we're going to move to what type of angles do you see on the shape below. So let's go ahead and see. So on this one, these are all meeting way up. Let's go ahead and look at this one. If I were to write a straight line. Okay, hold on. So I see this one going out, and if it was a straight line like this square, it would make a right angle. So this one is more than 90, so this will be an obtuse. Same with this one. Okay, this one, if I were to hold on its side, this would be my straight line. Oh, and if I were to draw the right angle, again, this will make an obtuse. And then on this one, making my straight edge. And I kind of messed up with that one. Let me go ahead and erase. be my straight edge if I held it against the protractor. And if I put a straight line to indicate right, is that meeting exactly 90 or less than 90? No, again, an obtuse. So this shape will have obtuse angles. Okay, go ahead and finish 11 and 12 alone. These ones should be pretty simple. And that will be all of the work for today.